Shalom, Israel. This be your man, Kenya. I wanted to just quickly do a quick little lesson on how much the Most High Ahayah loves us, bro. Like it's enough to make you cry. Like, out of all people, out of all nations of people, he chose us, Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, Israel. Out of all nations of the whole earth, he chose us to be the apple of his eye. You know how powerful that is? That's like a father saying he loves his son. A father saying he loves his daughter. You know what I'm saying? He don't say nothing like he loves the heathen. No, he does not love the heathen nations because they worship other gods. Us as Israel, he loves us, bro. Not because, we're the most powerful people. Nah, because we were the fewest amongst all nations, according to Deuteronomy. What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Kenya? Let me show you real quick, because I want to just quickly get to Deuteronomy, all of chapter 7, and it explains how much the Most High loves Israel, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I might sound compassionate right now because I am, like, man, like, anyway, let's get into it real quick. I'm going to show you why I'm so compassionate. You know what I'm saying? Right here. It even says it in the Bible that Israel is the apple of the Most High's eye. Question: what does the apple of Ahayah's eye mean? The prophet Zechariah said, "He who touches you touches the apple of his eye." That's in Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. In other words, anyone who harms Israel is harming Ahayah. Let me repeat that. In other words, anyone who harms Israel is harming Ahayah. That's enough to make you cry right there, bro. Because it's like we're like the Most High. We're a spitting image of the Most High. The Most High is in spiritual form, but we look like the Most High in physical form. It's like we're of the Most High. How can I explain this? It's like, just like how a son looks like his father. We're a spitting image of the Most High in physical form. You know what I'm saying? And we have to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Let me show you how much the Most High loves Israel, which is the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? And just because the Most High loves us so much, in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6, it says, "For whom the Most High loveth, he chastiseth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth." Now, what does that mean? Chastise it. Let's figure that out real quick. Don't ever forget how much the Most High loves you. And that should make you want to push to want to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, because you have no choice. The Most High is like a father. He is the father. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine, because it's kind of hard to, imagine that, because the Most High is a spirit. So it's kind of hard, but just imagine your physical father. You know what I'm saying? If you guys had a physical father, some Israelites grew up without their father. You know what I'm saying? Any male figure that was in your life, just imagine, how, if you did something wrong, you got a whooping. you know? And it's not because your father or that male figure in your life hated you. Nah, it's because they loved you enough to beat you so you won't do what you did bad again. I know I grew up with my father in my life, so I can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? I can relate. That's why I love the Most High so much, because of the love that I had for my physical father. You know what I'm saying? My father right here. My father right there. I don't want to click on that album because, you know, there's a lot of personal pictures that y'all don't really need to see like that, you know? But the album that says Pops, that's my dad right there. And that's me as a little one when I was younger. So I know that, you know, that father-son relationship, and I want to continue that with the Most High. That's why I have so much passion for the Most High, because I had a lot of passion for my physical father. You know what I'm saying? When the 1 year that I lived with my father, well, I lived with my father a couple years, you know, because my parents were split up. So every summer, my mom, she would send me, you know, shoot me out to California, because we lived on the East Coast. So I would, you know, my mom, she would fly me out to California every summer. So I spent all my childhood summers in California, you know, and those were good memories right there. And I used to fly so much. I got so many like free plane rides back in the 90s and stuff, because all those frequent flyer miles, they added up, you know? And when you get a certain amount, it pays for trips, basically. It pays for plane trips. So, you know, I had endless plane trips paid for, because I used to fly back and forth every year. But anyway, every time I used to come out to California, my dad used to always have things set up for me. Like in the summertime, like, you know, it was 1 year we went to Six Flags out there in California. 1 year we went to Knoxbury Farms. You know, every year he had something set up for me like that. And that's another reason why, you know, I mean, I loved my father, but I just, man, I just loved him even more because he had things set up for me. And then what made it so crucial, how I knew my father loved me, I don't know about, I mean, you know, it was kind of borderline favoritism, because, you know, I had stepbrothers and well, half brothers and half sisters that, because my dad, he had remarried. So I had half brothers and half sisters, and they used to always tell me, man, we don't never go nowhere in the whole year until you come out here in the summertime. Then all of a sudden, we go on to Six Flags and Knoxbury Farm and doing all this fun stuff in the summertime. But all throughout the year, we don't never do nothing fun like this. So I kind of, you know, think that it was a little bit of favoritism, because me and my dad, we really got along like that, like even as a kid. But let me not get off subject. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that that same love and compassion that my father had for me, I know the Most High has that same love and compassion for me too, in spiritual form, because my physical dad gave me that love, and I know the Most High has given me that spiritual love in spiritual form. And that's how I know how to use that love and give it back at the same time, by keeping the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Because, you know, sometimes when I'm in public, I just think like, wow, like nobody is keeping the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Like everybody has a smooth lineup, you know what I'm saying? Well, all the Israelite, I mean, I kind of do see some Israelites, you know, trying to grow their beard out, but most, you know, they be having lineups. We not supposed to get lineups. We supposed to let our beards grow out. I mean, you could trim it up, but you're not supposed to line it up and use the zero, the zero clipper, like without the guard. You're not supposed to use that. You only supposed to use the guard, you know, on your beard or whatever. But I look at that. I look at the fact that I don't see any Israelites. And when I say Israelites, I'm talking about Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. None of them have fringes on. I was at Smith's, the grocery store out here today. I didn't see nobody with fringes on. You know, everybody had lineups and this and that. And it just seemed like nobody was keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. And I even seen a sister, because sometimes I just judge, and we can judge based off of people's fruits. We can't just judge somebody just looking at them. You have to judge somebody based off of their actions or their fruits. I seen a sister when I was in the aisle, and guess what she had in her cart? She had a full case of ramen noodle pork flavor. Ramen noodles already is a violation of the Most High's laws because it has yeast in it, and it's just not good for you. And then on top of that, you got pork flavor. So you doing a double violation, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not even supposed to be eating pork. But anyway, I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, like I was saying, so Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6, for whom the Most High loveth, he chastiseth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So chastiseth, what does that mean? Chastiseth, to correct by punishment or suffering. Discipline, to discipline basically. So discipline is chastiseth, and scourgeth is to punish severely. So discipline and to punish severely. So let's use those words instead of the biblical words. For whom the Most High loveth, he punishes, and severely, hold on. No. For whom the Most High loveth, he disciplines or chastiseth, and severely punishes every son whom he receiveth. So why do y'all think out of all nations that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're the minorities that always go through the most punishment just in society in general? We're always the ones that get beat up by the police. We're always the ones that have to scrape for the crumbs. You know, we get the last crumbs off massa table, so to speak. As far as like, you know, we're the only ones, well, we're the majority of nations to get food stamps, you know, all kind of government assistance. It's just, you know, that's a sign of punishment because of the fact that the Most High loves us and we're the apple of his eye, and we're not keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. So we're going to keep going through this revolving door of not getting what's truly like planned out for us. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're the apple of the Most High's eye and we're not following his rules, he's going to keep punishing us. So we're going to keep going through this revolving door of, you know, being on Section 8, you know, getting food stamps, not being able to afford stuff, always being the last of every nation, every ethnic group. We're always on the bottom. We're always the bottom totem pole. And that's because, again, we don't follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. I could guarantee you that if we did follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, bruh, we would be on the top of the food chain, bro. Like on everything. Like, but I don't think that'll ever happen, because even when the Israelites back in, you know, the Old Testament times, When the Most High, you know, brought us out of the land of Egypt, we was still wilding out and still doing our own thing. And even when Moses went up to Mount Sinai, you know, for those, you know, for that period of time, those Israelites that was down there, they was acting wicked. They started making, you know, false gods, you know, those golden calves, and worshiping that instead of the Most High. The Most High was showing them miracles and wonders, and he done split the Red Sea open so they can get across, so Pharaoh and his army couldn't get to Israel. He showed y'all all those signs and wonders, and y'all still gonna worship another God? Like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? The Most High, I could see why the Most High doesn't show itself to us nowadays, because I bet the Most High feels like so disrespected from our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? From basically, like, it's kind of like a slap in the Most High's face for the disrespect. He physically showed those Israelites who he was. He doesn't physically show us who he is. I mean, spiritually, to the righteous ones, he'll show himself here and there in certain signs and wonders. But I'm talking about like physically showing himself, like via clouds or fire or something like that. Like, you know, just like, you know, back in biblical ancient times and stuff. Bro, do you understand if the Most High split the Red Sea so we could walk straight across the sea, so Pharaoh and his army couldn't attack us, and rain down manna so we could eat in the wilderness, and did all kind of signs and wonders? Do you understand how bad me already know how I am? Like, if you show me something, bro, I'm like, if the Most High showed me he was there, I already know he's there. But if he showed me he was there, it would be a wrap, bro. Like, it would be a straight wrap. I wouldn't even think about sin anymore. You know what I'm saying? Let alone, you know, do it. But I wouldn't even think about sinning no more. I already know how I am. But I'm just rambling right now. But that's an example right there of how the Most High loves Israel, because he disciplines Israel in those kind of ways, just like how a father disciplines his sons and his daughters. So I was just trying to show y'all, you know, how much the Most High loves us and how much we're the apple of his eye. Now, and here's another example right here. When Yashaya was performing miracles back in the book of Matthew, St. Matthew, when he was trying to cleanse the Canaanite woman's daughter of the demons that she had possessed in her, and she was talking to Yashaya, but then Yashaya answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. You'll keep seeing these quotes like time and time again in the Bible about how the Most High loves Israel. You know what I'm saying? Out of all nations, he loves Israel. And he loves Israel that much. It's like, why would Israel not want to follow the Most High when we're favored by the Most High? You know what I'm saying? You don't hear the Most High talking about, you know, these Gentiles like that, how he loves the Gentiles. He don't, like, bro, the main reason he don't love the Gentiles is because how wicked they act, you know, by celebrating pagan holidays like Christmas and not even thinking about the Most High. At least Israel, in the back of our mind, we know that there's a God. There has to be a God. You know what I'm saying? We always keep the faith. We're the only nation that's like constantly, you know, in church like that. You know, if you go down to the South, it's so many Southern churches, man. But like I say, the Most High loves us. Let's go to this chapter real quick. Matthew chapter 15. So basically it's just going through Yashaya performing miracles, and right here, this is what I was talking about. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Most High, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, Is it not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs? And then she came back, and this is how righteous. Now, if a righteous heathen can say something like this, why does Israel not follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments? Now, but he answered and said, Is it not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs? And she said, Truth, Lord. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from the master's table. So she kind of toucheed Yashaya. Then Yashaya answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. So basically, that heathenistic woman, well, that Gentile woman, she had enough faith and trust and belief in the Most High. She knew that was the son of David. So, you know, and that goes to show that not only Israel is going to make it into the kingdom, you're going to have some Gentiles that make it in too. But how it's going to fall is how Israel's at the bottom of the totem pole now. We're going to be the kings and queens in heaven. We're going to be the priests and the ones that's, you know, in the mansions in heaven. And the Gentiles are going to be our slaves. Just how we were slaves to the Gentiles all this time, the roles will be reversed in heaven. So that's something to look forward to, Israel. If you want to be a king and queen in heaven, you know, and have servants that are going to serve you, just like how we serve, you know, all these Gentile nations, all these big corporations like, you know, NBC, ABC, Disney, you know, all these corporations ran by Gentiles. Those roles are going to be reversed, and they're going to be, you know, tending to our needs. So just try to keep the faith, Israel, and follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, I want to just end this off by showing y'all, because how I got into this truth, it was mainly by two brothers. One of them, his name is Brother L. This is the one that really truly got me into this truth, Brother L. And this is his YouTube page, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. Victory Manifest. This is who I followed at first before, you know, I came into the truth of the Most High's real name, because he still uses Yah. So I don't really, you know, follow him as much anymore, because he still uses that word Yah. But everything else that he teaches is on point, is powerful. This is one right here, Victory Manifest. Another one is what's the name of it? What is the name of that? Oh, Kingdom Preppers. Kingdom Preppers. This is another one. Now, this brother, he doesn't really make videos anymore. You see how his last video was a year ago. But he has some awesome videos too. But he's another one that doesn't use the Most High's real name, Ahayah the Father, Yashaya the Son. He still uses Yah too. like Yahuwah and Yahusha, he still uses that. So I really don't, you know, I mean, you could listen to everything that they say, but just take that Yah part and switch it to Ahayah and Yashaya. But yeah, that's another one. But the main one that got me into this whole, you know, truth about the Most High's real name and all that is the Gathering of Christ Church. Right here, a Gathering 144. Now these elders, this is the elder right here, Elder Racawaa and Elder Deloya. Racawaa is on the left and Elder Deloya is on the right. These brothers been in the truth for so many years. They've been in the truth since YouTube first started. You know what I'm saying? And they was in those camps that use, you know, those Israelite camps, but they transitioned from those camps into this ministry that they have right now. And they use the real name of the Most High, Ahayah, the Father, Yashaya, the Son. So whenever y'all get a chance, subscribe to a Gathering 144. Now I want to end it off by this brother right here, like I said, Victory Manifest. His name is Brother L. I call him Elder L because he's kind of like an elder to me. But he has a Kindle book of the 613 Laws of Torah. So these are basically all the laws of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you real quick. He has this book on Kindle called The 613 Laws of Torah. And this is all I listen to when I'm working out. I try not to listen to anything like, you know, wickedly or anything like that, you know. But I want to really like play this because I used to play music when I worked out, but I switched it up to this Kindle book. So I want to play this Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1 through 26 to show you how much the Most High loves us. And then after that I'll be out. But just listen to this, y'all. This is how much the Most High loves us.
Which the Most High our Elohim hath commanded you, then thou shalt say, and thou shalt, which the Most High our Elohim hath commanded you, then thou shalt say unto thy son, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Most High brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And the Most High showed signs and wonders, great and sore, upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence that he might bring us in to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. And the Most High commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Most High our Elohim for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our Elohim, as he hath commanded us. Chapter 53.
So this is what I want y'all
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 1 through 26. When the Most High thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Most High thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy Elohim. The Most High thy Elohim hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself
A
above all
special-
people that are upon the face of the earth.
A special
The Most
people.
High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people, but because the Most High loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand,
He
and
loved
redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Most High thy Elohim, he is the Most High, the faithful Elohim, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments
Yes.
to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day, to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Most High thy Elohim shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers, and he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thine oil, the increase of thy kine and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. And the Most High will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which thou knewest upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. And thou shalt consume all the people which the Most High thy Elohim shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. If thou shalt say in thine heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shalt well remember what the Most High thy Elohim did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt, the great temptations which thine eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders and the mighty hand and the stretched out arm, whereby the Most High thy Elohim brought thee out. So shall the Most High thy Elohim do unto all the people of whom thou art afraid. Moreover, the Most High thy Elohim will send the hornet among them, until they that are left and hide themselves from thee be destroyed. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Most High thy Elohim is among you, a mighty Elohim and terrible. And the Most High thy Elohim will put out those nations before thee by little and little. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beast of the field increase upon thee. But the Most High thy Elohim shall deliver them unto thee, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into thine hand, and thou shalt destroy their name from under heaven. And there shall no man be able to stand before thee until thou have destroyed them. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein, for it is an abomination to the Most High thy Elohim. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it. But thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
So I just wanted to, just let the elder El, say that powerful message in Deuteronomy chapter 7. Did you hear what he said? He said the Most High is a powerful Elohim and terrible. You know what I'm saying? Not terrible in the way of like horrible, just terrible in what he can do. You know what I'm saying? For the Most High, thy Elohim is among you, a mighty Elohim and terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite quotes in the Bible right there. The Most High, thy Elohim is among you, a mighty Elohim and terrible. Woo-hoo-hoo. But I just want to end it right there, y'all. But yeah, I'll probably leave a link in the description box below where you could get this Kindle book. I think it's only like, $10 or something like that. But support that brother. He puts in a lot of work, And the good thing about this is once you buy it, is on your phone forever. You know what I'm saying? Even in airplane mode, I could put my phone in airplane mode and it'll still play. Because once it downloads to your phone, then it's on your phone for life. And you always, you want to know the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments like back and forth, front and back and forth. Like you want to be able to memorize his laws, statutes, and commandments. So if that day comes that, you know, they try to take all our Bibles away, like the book of Eli, you'll still have, you know, the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments memorized in your brain. You know what I'm saying? And this audiobook is about a 5-hour long audiobook, but is well worth the investment of like $10-15, bro, like on everything. But with that, I like to say shalom, all praise to the Most High, Ahayah the Father, Yashaya the Son, and I'm out. Peace.